Wait on derp. Don't know. Let's see if the stream can hear me.
So where are you streaming it, Rail?
I just linked the stream in site general. It's also in tournament chat. It's twitch.tv/railx.
I should switch with Jeremy. Fuck me.
If you can convince him to switch. It's a bit late for that now.
He's working at home. He's on Discord. I could ask right now.
In fairness, I wanted to switch with him too.
Your group looks exciting. I think it'll be really fun. I want to see good games. I see Dono in the game, but he's not in Discord chat.
You can see good games when it gets to the finals or something.
Why wait?
Give me a chance.
Why?
Give me a chance to get back in it. After
Just
my,
win. That
game one.
TLDR.
blunder.
Did you read Azur's instructions? Just win. Just win.
Just win the game, forehead. I'm actually really nervous about this. I feel like I'm not actually that good at
Well, I think you are an excellent player, but you tend to try interesting ideas, even at the expense of winning.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of intangibles with like understanding every single combination and then being able to pick one of the combos. Like, it's very different from just having a strong combo. Like, there's definitely some things like, oh, well, this combo is better against that other combo.
Or this is good as long as this is not in the game.
Right.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed a lot of that with the bidding now, and I like it. I feel it's adding a lot of depth to the game that wasn't really there before.
Oh boy, what is this draft?
This is something.
I don't like
This is something. We got some interesting choices for the stream. Yeah, I think audio may be duplicated if you were sitting in the room. But I think you left, so you should be good. Alright. Let me pull up the boards for you guys if you would like to see.
This is actually, you know, Militant might actually be the strongest board for Albion. I feel like I've seen some pretty good games.
Nordic Engineering, Togawa Patriotic, and I'll be on Militant rings a bell, David.
I don't think I was Nordic Engineering. I think I was Nordic
Oh, it wasn't?
something else. And there's a Rustviet in there, but that was a mess. Alright, so Chempo will start the bidding, then Dono,
Oh,
Derp,
I will.
and then Fomov. Oh wow. Apparently ERP is a curse word.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna maybe tone down my...
Oh. Hello, friends.
Howdy. Great to see you here.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
I don't know how to remove foam off. Do you remember how to turn off the censoring? Oh, configuration.
If you hit the settings dial on the chat, there's a box you can uncheck. It says profanity filter. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the profanity filter. In the chat? Oh, chat settings. Hey, timestamps. Sure. Alright. 5:03. Yeah, I guess that works. I don't know if I like that. ERP, erotic role play. My virgin eyes.
So I start?
Yeah, go for it. Tagawa 3. On to Dono. That's a hard pass. On to Derp.
Tagawa 3. Huh.
Patriotic.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a weep.
Are we bidding in the order on the top right?
No, in the order that I typed
In the order that I typed in.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's also in tournament info.
God, this is hard.
Trying to withhold commentary on the bidding, but I feel like it's interesting for sure. Okay, so we have 3 hard passes. You are definitely
fuck, I
Tagawa.
wasn't hoping for that.
I mean, you bet 3 on it, so it seemed like you wanted it.
Oopsies.
All right, Tagawa's done. Let's move on to Dono. Next starting bid. Crimea 1. Okay. Derp.
Let's speed this up a bit.
Yeah, I do feel like Crimea is a strong suit here. Mechanical's not the most amazing board, but because it's Crimea, it just ends up being so easy to play, especially with Nordic Albion, Tagawa. They're not the fastest factions to play with, in my opinion. Up to 7. Next is Fomov.
Yeah, I'm thinking. There's already a build bonus card set out.
There is. You can see the build bonus already. So
Is that going to be changed?
no, adjacent to tunnels. You can decide based on that. Back to Derp. I am casting solo. Janky Nug says he has to study, but I see him playing some League of Legends, so he kinda ditched me. And it sounded like you were pretty busy too tonight. But if you want to jump in, you're welcome. We can chat. I'm hosting it. I'm streaming it. Otherwise, I'll just chat with you guys in the channel. So either is okay for me.
Sorry, I need to think for a minute.
No worries. I'm just chatting.
Go ahead, take your time.
I'm chatting with stream since I can't chat with anyone else. Sounds good. 9 coins on Crimea Mechanical. So if you don't actually enjoy Mechanical that much, 9 coins is starting to get expensive. It's not like a well-known insane combination. So you don't want to shoot up to like 15 coins on that, especially if you're not sure how you're going to end the game at a reasonable point.
You know what's funny is I don't actually play these strong combos all that often anymore.
Maybe it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Classic creator.
Hmm.
Sorry if the typing is loud. Microphone picks up a lot, but I do like its quality.
Give me another minute. I'll make a decision.
It's a big decision.
All right. I see you, Knight. I'll join you in a bit. Hard
Oh,
pass. Crimea 9. Can delete that. And then the next bid would have been derp, but then we go to full off. Starting with a Nordic 0 on to Dono.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Very affordable Nordic. Alright, and then 0 for Albion Militant, so you guys can take your seats.
I want to play Crimea.
Oh, it's gonna be too easy for you, Mr. Creator, sir? That
No.
what it is?
I think Crimea is boring.
Yeah, you already first 12 moves are probably.
The funny thing is, like, I don't know. I know a bunch of different openings, but I don't know which one's the
The
best.
0 pass.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It is Nordic engineering, but you got those buildings. Alright, I've written down the bids, factory cards are set. I need Fomov to set up his board, which is
Oh,
engineering.
sorry.
Alright, you guys look good. I'll hop over to the other channel, and if you guys need help, just call it out. Let me know. Start the game by hitting intern Fomov, and good luck. Hey there, Knight.
Hey.
I need to sit up. Don't want to interfere with the game. Wow, how do you like the bidding here? We have 3 for Tagawa, 9 on Crimea Mechanical, and then a 0 pass for Nordic Engineering and Albion Militant.
I like it. I think the Albion is a steal, though.
Albion to steal. You don't think they're going to have some friction between Nordic... Oh, I guess Nordic is not stealing the village right away. Because this is one of those few chances Nordic goes before Albion and could move in.
Oh, that is true.
I would be hesitant with Albion, just in case Nordic decides to get
So
cheap.
you're seeing it slightly ahead of me,
Oh,
the
okay,
game, because
sorry.
I'm in watching your stream.
Do you want to just hop in the game? There's 6 seats, that way you can look directly.
Sure, that might work. Is the password what I think it is?
Normal. Nordic went ahead and traded for 2 oil, so I think he's setting up to do a produce upgrade next round. Going for some very fast upgrades before even moving or doing anything else. So we get to see what his game plan sort of looks like, depending on what he upgrades. And yeah, 9 for Crimea Mechanical is interesting. It is the favorite at the table, I would definitely say. What is a pour over? I have no idea. Tagawa also opts for a 2 oil trade. He plans to do an upgrade when he moves. Crimea starts with produce, very solid. Get that food and worker. Starting on a village is a big advantage over everyone else. Still not sure how he's going to play. Derp especially enjoys going for some creative solutions, like building when there's no coins, or I'm not sure how he'll play this one. Albion hovering the trade, goes for it. What's he taking? Metal. 2 metal. Maybe producing next turn and then moving to deploy to set up a rally. It's pretty solid. Nordic opts to move after the trade. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, I would have expected him to move first if he wasn't going to do the upgrade right away, but I guess he also wants workers when he's producing, so that makes sense. Either or. I'm trying to think of my favorite Nordic engineering openings. There's a few that you can do that are creative, like getting an early mill and just going off of like 3 workers and just produce upgrading and bolster building. But not sure. We'll have to see. Everyone plays differently, and I feel like Fomov tends to play mech enlist kind of games as often as he can. But he was asking about that build bonus, which is building next to tunnels. So he may be going for it on that engineering board.
I'd say he gave it away.
He might have. But who's going to stop him?
No one's going to stop.
Albion, Tagawa, they're not going to be able to do much about that. So it's really on Crimea to set the pace of this game.
Derp's going to be too busy tinkering, I think, to worry about Nordic buildings.
Mech enlist, ride or die. Yep, that is the digital edition way for sure. Be really cool to be able to roam the board. If you want to see something specific, you can call on me and I will zoom in there, but I'm just going to focus on each player's turn for the most part. So if you need to see something, feel free to call it out and I'll take a quick peek. We got move upgrade. He is not moving as a main character, unusual for Tagawa players, but I think he really needs to get to that metal quick. Or is he thinking
Still
about
debating
it?
about it.
Is the metal that critical? I don't know, because I figure he sees he's got 0 power on Tagawa, so he needs to get that bolster or an enlist early before he gets to 5 workers. So if he's opting to get some metal, then maybe he's hoping to get the trade upgrade, bolster to deploy. Then he produces, trades, bolster deploys, and then produces again. Then he'll be able to sustain the engine. Could be. If he doesn't do that, and he doesn't have enough metal with that worker there, he'd have to opt for getting an early enlist instead, which is also fine, because he could just trade, then produce enlist, and he'll be okay. But he's debating it. He's not sure which one's a better choice. And off the top of my head, I'm not sure either. Oh, that's right. He won't have the food to start off with, so he won't be able to get that enlist. His worker that can reach the village is the one that's on the food already. Tough choices. You can see the gears turning in his head. The analysis paralysis.
I would almost sooner move that worker to the farm than the metal, for that reason you described. I think I've done that before. But he's moving a hero, which makes sense.
Yep. You want to start moving quick, get those traps down, and claim territory. And get that encounter. People tend to sorry. People tend to
Drum roll!
Yeah. People tend to steal that metal encounter pretty often, because it's just tempting.
I know, analysis paralysis on turn 2. It's going to be a rough one.
He does tend to agonize over his decisions in any games I play with him. But he's still a good player. Like, this table is probably one of the toughest groups in the round 2. Completely. I'd be scared to play with him.
That's what I thought when I saw it.
Alright, so Crimea did his turn so fast.
Well, you had a lot of time to think about it. So fast I didn't see what it was. It was a produce
Didn't even get put in chat.
trade. Interesting.
We got the produce from Leon since he traded for metal in the first round. Yeah, so he's going to do that move deploy next on track. And yeah, looks like Crimea did trade Sean. And it's interesting. Tagawa sets the trap on his first foot on land. It's not very unlikely trying to protect the spot because who's going to come in from that direction? Nordic at best. So he really, my guess is he never intends to go back to that oil spot again. He'll probably move his worker to either the metal or the food and then just hold that territory with the trap later. It does mean he doesn't get to move too much. He doesn't get to set too many traps on tunnels, the factory, in higher traffic areas later, but sometimes you just don't move that much, and it's a good choice. Nordic produced upgraded. He opted for the produce upgrade first, so he's probably going to spread out onto at least 3 territories, and he's going to do a lot of upgrades. Tagawa produces the oil and the worker on track, and we see a produce enlist from Crimea because he had the 2 food. Was it 3 food? Yeah. So he'll have 4 food, and then he'll get to do the enlist, get to his combat cards right away. A couple coins, up to 7 from the trade. Yep. Very standard Crimea mechanical setup.
Albion is trading before moving.
Yeah, interesting choice. Maybe he sees those. I'm not. Yeah, he sees those upgrades coming. Yeah, so he knows that Nordic intends to do a lot of produce upgrading, and I guess he wants to get that free power in early. Playing as a militant, he doesn't really bolster too often. So if Nordic can sustain the engine for him and get him enough power to fight, yeah, that might be a really good option. Because Nordic is now trading, I think, for 2 oil. Best turn 3 from Crimea. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Very standard for Crimea mechanical. Let's see the coins on Nordic. That looks good, I think. I believe he traded twice and did an upgrade. Tagawa's rolling. He is moving every other round that he can. Whoa, that was a risky trap placement. He almost flipped it.
So that's the one I wonder about. I mean, that's obviously a defensive trap because he does plan to go there with.
Yep, he's going to need metal to get those bolster deploys. Is he deciding if he wants to move that trap? Does he want to move the worker? I think he wants to move the worker. Is it food or metal, though? How much danger is he in? So if I'm in his shoes, I'm trying to see. Nobody's deployed a mech yet. Nobody's really sitting on metal except Albion. Oh. Yep, he'll keep that trap, and he moves the worker to metal. So he wants to go for the mechs earlier than the enlists, which, yeah, it does work. This encounter can get lots of food, a worker if he wants, or he can pay popularity to get a structure. He's got 2 popularity, just enough. So I think the interesting choices, I mean, you're either going to get food. I don't know if he wants that worker, because he's already at 3. So ending on a 4 worker is a little bit weird. You just moved, so you're not going to be able to move those workers around. Yeah, it's a little awkward. But with 2 food, can he really do much? Not much either, because then he wouldn't be able to produce and do an enlist right after. So if I'm him, yeah, I'm thinking about the structures. It's like you're planning to do probably 4 bolster deploys, so that could be 4 popularity later. If you want to have some early resources, the mill, you set one down now, then you'd be able to produce.
I see him poking around at his mill. That's what I would do.
You could produce 2 metal per round, which means you don't need as many workers. You could probably, I guess you could trade. Oh no, he does go for the uneven workers. Yeah, I think that is still the safer choice if you wanted to enlist next round. But it does suck. He moved that worker to the metal spot instead of to the village spot. So he kind of pushed himself out of option 1, and now he's got 4 workers on the field, which is a little awkward.
He's probably watching the stream, heard that I would take the mill, and decided, you know what, I'm going to take the.
Nah, he won't. Maybe. So what did Crimea do here? He traded for some more food. Yep, looks like it. And then Albion produced. Wow, still not deploying. What's he waiting on? Does he want to get some more trade enlists? Yeah. Getting that 4th worker is awkward because he doesn't have the power, so he wouldn't be able to produce next turn, which, yeah, I forgot to pay attention to. So paying 2 for 3 food instead of getting 2 food for free and a popularity. It's painful. He should have put that worker on the food, but he didn't know. That's the encounters for you. Produce upgrade from Nordic, which should be pushing Albion's power to 4. Yeah. And what is he upgrading now? He goes for enlist. Move to enlist. Tagawa, produce enlisting. Yep. And now he'll get those workers, because he can get the power back from the 3 food that he's spending for that enlist. Gets 2 coins as well. Nice. How are we doing on coin count? It's a little early to say. I feel like we're just starting to get some bottom rows done. So we got 6s, 7, 4. What does he want? He knows he's going to see an enlist from Derp probably next round. Kind of depends on if Derp wants to deploy a mech first, or if he wants to push to 8 workers and then awkwardly move around his home base. He goes for deployment. That's not. Oh, yeah, that's an odd choice because you don't see any mechs coming from Nordic or Crimea right now. So he's really just getting the coins from himself, and he's missing out on this enlist right now. But maybe his comic cards are already amazing. But yeah, now Derp has those 8 workers. He gets his first star. Also enlists for deploy, which he knows he's going to get from both Tagawa and Albion soon. That's pretty good. But how is he going to get those workers out of there? He has a journey. I think he can trade for 2 metal, then bolster, and then deploy. So he'll be okay. Yeah, just...
Our first star.
Yep, starting on a village. Getting that worker star. Very typical accomplishment. Oh, I might not have been talking to you, Knight, because I've been talking without push to talk. Sorry.
That's cool.
I'm going to switch to voice activation so you don't miss out.
Oh, I don't want to miss any of your words of wisdom. Please do.
Okay. Alright, should be good now. Got the trade enlist from Albion. He went for 2 food. He's going for the deploy enlist because he expects himself to deploy. We don't really see any from Nordic and Crimea yet. It's kind of an odd choice, but I feel like we should have seen an objective from Albion by now that says balanced workforce, where you have 2 workers and 2 recruits. And now he has the 2 recruits, but I don't see the objective, so I'm kind of... I'm intrigued by his strategy. I'm not sure what he's going for. What do we got here? Nordic did a trade, 2 food. So, smart choice. He will move enlist next round to get his workers spread out. And he wants to be on 3 territories. Yeah, he planned ahead from the very beginning to get 3 territories of production. Right, we got Tagawa trading. Getting oil, so he'll probably move next round to get those workers off and do another upgrade. Probably bolster to deploy. Or maybe to enlist. He's only going to be able to move 3 workers or 2 workers with his main character. And I feel like he wants to get those workers out of there. He might go 8 workers. That's possible. We'll see. Crimea, trading. 2 metal. Yeah, call that. Next round, bolster deploy. And then probably speed, so he can move those workers onto food and metal. Main character, get the encounter, and just start spamming out mechs and enlists, produce enlists, bolster deploy, yeah. Albion, first mech of the round. He moves and then deploys. Awkward with militant, because if he had the mech, he could have maybe moved the mech, or deployed the mech here and then moved his main character with rally, but that's one of the things with militant. You gotta move and then deploy. And he does go for rally, so looks like the food worker went here, main character went out, no flag because this is one of those adjacent territories, and drop the mech on the village because he'll probably have a ton of workers later and he wants to move them off. See the move and list from Nordic. He takes 2 of his workers from the village to take the safer spot away from the tunnels. Maybe he's a little concerned. It's not that safe though. I think if Crimea, for some reason, and it's dirt, so maybe that reason not non-zero, he could go for a wayfare and then just slide into this encounter and shove the workers home. It may not be as safe as it looks, but normally other people, they have to come through the tunnel and they might shove the workers off this farm. But for now, I think he'll be okay, at least for 3 or 4 turns. Moving, enlisting. I think he moved 1 worker over to the oil. Yeah, so he's planning to do produce upgrade, get another worker, get some food. Maybe he could move enlist at that point, but I think he would want to go to 1 more produce so he can get to 8 workers. Maybe he'd trade and then plan for speed mech so he can trade again to deploy those 4 workers from here and move them out. Tagawa produce. He goes to 8 workers. Yeah, he went straight away. He didn't even move. Yeah, he got that oil and oh, okay. That is a lot of workers. But yeah, he can bolster deploy next round anyway. He's got the metal. So he can move them off all in one go. You see the bolster deploy for Crimea and speed. So he will probably move these food and metal, get the main character on the metal, and counter. Albion, produce. Get the worker, get the metal. Cannot move deploy next round. So he's kind of in an awkward spot for next round. He could either move just to grab an encounter and then hope he gets some metal to deploy again. Or if he goes for more of an engine approach, he could trade for 1 metal, food, maybe? Something like that. It's doable. Albion played his enlist perfectly. Yes, he has, but he is missing out on some combat cards from both blue and yellow, because they are enlisting quite a bit. But those upgrades are pretty big. So, it's good value. He's gotten 2 coins instead of two or three combat cards. I think that's the trade-off he's taken. And coins are victory points, so. Nordic upgrade. What to? Bolster to build. Okay, so he is going to opt for a building strategy. He thinks this game's going to run long enough that he will reach tier 2 popularity and lots of coins. But he's got to reach some wood. So his maybe his workers move from this oil space to the wood here. Or did he... Oh, he produced upgrade, but he did not choose to produce a worker. We see a bolster deploy from purple. He takes Shinobi. Not the most aggressive choice. Something fun to do if there's a Crimea in the game is you take Toka and then you just slide on over into their metal tile. It forces them to have to protect it. But I think he sees realistically he's not going to beat Crimea off of this. So Shinobi is a good choice if you need to get back to territory that you've lost. However, I don't see a reason for him to go to this metal or oil using Shinobi. He could just walk by himself anyway. Personally, I think I'd go for Ronin just so I can get my main character out and gain some benefit if people knock me home. What encounter did Crimea take? 2 metal, 1 pop, 3 coins, enlist a recruit, or 2 popularity to gain 4 metal. And he goes for option question mark? 2 metal, 1 pop. Yeah, option 1. And that's not bad. Just some free resources and popularity. Hopefully sustain him. Maybe he can get to tier 2. He's got 8 workers, but it's a stretch. Yeah. And he has to kind of transition into moving and building at the same time, as well as doing the bolster deploys if he wants to hit tier 2. Unless Tagawa or Albion for some reason start building, but it's not a realistic choice. Albion opted for the trade metal and food, so he'll be able to produce next turn and then move deploy. I think that was kind of what we were looking at before. Nordic, moving and enlisting. Not too surprising. Yeah, so if he's not going for the 8 workers, he moves the worker here, moves one of the oil workers to the wood, main character out, enlist for build. Pretty good. He will probably produce upgrade next round, and then bolster build. And after upgrading the build action to 1 wood, it's a good strat. He's preserving a lot of popularity by staying at 5 workers, and with the upgrades, he doesn't need a lot, so it's sustainable. His power's kind of... Oh, it's doing fine. Yeah, he's actually great. Yeah, you could get Power Star, Build Star, Enlist Star. Oh, showing the 5.
Oh, yep, we see that.
Is that subtle flex? Tagawa, move upgrade. Spread those workers out. He didn't move the main character because he doesn't have the move. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. He does have the move upgraded, but he moved 2 workers to get to the food and everything else on the metal. So he's opting to do produce enlist, bolster deploy. Yep. Very typical patriotic strat. We see a produce enlist because this, yeah, both yellow and purple have the same engine. They will do some combination of produce enlisting and bolster deploy because mechanical and patriotic are basically sisters. And we see they enlist. There's a third for build. Interesting. I don't think he's seeing any wood on his neighbors, but I guess he doesn't think they're going to upgrade either. You see that produce from Albion to get the 5th worker and another metal. I'm going to hop over. Hello.
How do I switch?
What's going on?
I changed my.
There you go.
Okay, it's fixed. I changed my board to the patriotic board, and I didn't know how to
Oh,
switch
okay.
it back.
Yeah, if you press the numbers over it, it affects it. You look good now. If anyone plays a bully, I don't know if anyone's going for bullying at this point. It seems like Crimea had the option, but realistically, this looks like a long game. If you can't end it quick, you don't want to be the only one in tier 1. So it looks like a produce upgrade on Nordic. No surprise. Get that 2 food, get the 2 oil, the 1 wood. Is it the 1 wood? I think it's, yeah, the 1 wood. And then he's going to upgrade so he can bolster build with that 1 wood next round. Albion and Tagawa going to go at it? Are they? They've got a long way to go to get to each other. Yeah, they're both sitting on their first 3 tiles, essentially. It's possible. I don't see a lot of spread from anyone at this point. Crimea is going to come out. And I still think they are the driving force for how fast this game ends. We see that upgrade, it does go to the build. What did he choose? He's got move upgraded, produce upgraded. Oh, gain upgraded. Maybe, yeah, maybe he doesn't want to move next round, so he just gain enlists and then sneaking in a little extra coin. That is interesting. Tagawa, produce enlist. Yep. Doing the patriotic thing. And he opted for upgrade enlist, I think. Because he sees at least 2 more upgrades from Nordic. I feel like it'd be a shame for him to stop now after going so far. So he probably will get that 6 upgrade star. See the bolster deploy from Crimea. Starting to rack up those coins. He's at 16 to Tagawa 11, Nordic 13, and Albion 10. But yeah, still pretty even coin game. Not drastically worse than the others. Was that a produce? No, there's a bolster deploy. So next round is probably going to see the last produce enlist. And, oh, do you see? Oh, no, it's a Riverwalk speed. So he'll probably go for that center village encounter, spread out, and then start bringing workers to do stuff. Albion trade enlist. He really likes getting those enlists quick. Yeah. And this time he opted for the build. Great choice. Right before we see blue's first building, if I'm not mistaken. +3 power, going for that bolster. And which building does he want first? I don't think he needs resources too badly. A mill would be nice, but I feel like popularity is a bigger push for him. If he's gonna go bolster building, I love getting them. Oh, I'm wrong. I guess I'm just bad at this game. He goes for the mill. He wants to get that wood. So 2 produces will get him 4 wood, which is more than enough for what he needs. Wow. Albion taking that 2 pop boost and also getting another popularity from his neighbor. He goes to 6 popularity from 3. great. Yeah, easy tier 2. So it's round 11, sorry. So if Crimea has not ended it by now, then yeah, you're going to see a lot of people hitting tier 2, and they have quite a good amount of coin. So I feel like, oh, what's this goal doing at 1 popularity? He is in trouble. He's got a long way to come. Although,
So I was surprised I guess he wants the power so he can keep producing, but I thought with Nordic absolutely going builds, he would take the
popularity push, yeah.
popularity enlist. Because he's going to be left behind at this rate.
Oh, sliding in to those DMs. He goes straight for the wood tunnel to put some pressure on blue. If blue doesn't have access to food, it's harder for him to do that the last 2 enlists. And he could slide it into the oil space with his Riverwalk. This is just to put pressure. I mean, he wants to get out on the tunnels in general. He got to his main village encounter, which seems to be a worker and 2 resources, my guess. Because he was at 16 coins earlier. Yeah, I think that's right. And then he spends those 2 wood and a combat card, nice, to build. And he goes for building a monument. Beautiful. And he also gains popularity for doing it, because he's got that enlist. Tagawa just missed out on 2 pops right there.
Yeah.
What is this? Exciting. Now we got Albion. Some tough choices. He's been sitting for a while. I think he wants to move deploy. Let's grab one of those encounters finally. There's some pressure from Crimea all over the board since he's sitting on the tunnel. He can hit anyone, really. Or he can affect anyone. He can't hit anyone. But he could go to this oil space. He can go to this food space. He can go onto this metal. I don't think he'll win here. He's probably not too interested in that. Or he can steal this encounter. Or stand... He can stand on the encounter. He can't take it yet. Albion grabbing his first encounter and setting a flag. Technically, it's supposed to go after the encounter, but it's good not to forget. You can get a combat card, popularity, pay 2 coins for 4 wood, or pay 2 popularity to enlist a recruit. At this point, there's only 1 enlist left. Can he afford to spend 2 pop? Maybe he could, yeah, because you're going to see at least 2 or 3 more buildings from blue. So if he didn't need any more food for the rest of the game, then he wouldn't have to take an action. You could save him an entire action to not trade enlist. He could go for the wood, so the next time he produces, he could drop something. A monument? No, he's not going to bolster much. So at best, it would be a mill or a mine. The mine to get out on the board from his metal space.
I like the mine. It's spicy.
Yeah, because his workers are all sitting on the metal, right? So he could get access to the board from the very far corner, which is kind of cool. The mill just gives him more metal. And I think he's got a decent
He's got so much metal there.
He should be okay.
But that recruit is tempting. I could see why he might
Yeah, you
choose that.
save a whole turn. Or you get access, which also could save you turns, because moving is hard on Albion. And you could do some cool stuff, like move the mech with workers, then shove a worker forward, and then move your
He
mech.
picked 1!
I went for the least spicy option. So
Oh, man.
combat card and popular. He does need combat cards, because he's saved that.
Maybe his cards are
Well,
terrible.
if they are terrible, why did he save it for last?
Oh,
I think he may have the best of all worlds. He gets the power from blue early. He doesn't miss any popularity. He gets some coins instead of combat cards, and now he gets a combat card to make up for that. It's okay. It's not bad. And if he has 8 popularity, he'll probably get 3 more, up to 11.
it's okay. It's just not
It's
spicy.
not spicy.
That's all.
We want to see the flashy plays. It's a tournament.
Yeah. You want to see him like basically hide a mine among those
Right.
workers.
And nobody pays attention, and then bam, you got sorted by Albion twice on the tunnels, and like
I would love to
two
see
combat
Crimea
stars and
sort-
objectives shown, and the game is over. That is the spicy choice for sure. He did elect to get shield, so he's playing defensively here. He's got 6 power, which is great on a 8 power, which is fantastic for militant, because he's not bolstering anymore, I expect. So he's good enough to at least win 1 fight, maybe 2. Nordic moving and listing. I think he's feeling some pressure with that Crimea mech sitting on the wood. And it's also worth noting, Crimea is on the wood. He has a bolster. He has the monument. So he intends to bolster, deploy, but I think he's going to produce and list and then start building with move build. That's his path to get to tier 2. Yeah, that's actually really good. But it also puts pressure because he's in range to harass people now too. You can also deploy mechs on this tunnel space. It's scary. So I think Nordic only moves the main character. He doesn't want to move his workers because they're in a good spot. And so 2 of those moves are wasted, but he gets an encounter. Hey, not bad. You can get combat card and popularity, just like Albion. 2 coins for any 3 resources. I don't know what resources he'd need. He could maybe take metal, or the 3 popularity to deploy a mech.
It's a huge pop hit.
It is a huge pop hit, because he's sitting at 5. He'll go down to 2, and then he didn't go for the monument. Yeah, he needs to stay to tier 2. So he goes for combat card and pop. He'd go to 6 pop.
I would assume it's not the encounter he was hoping for.
I don't know. I feel like a mech would be pretty good, because that's how he could spread his workers once he gets to 8 workers. But he opted for a 5 worker strategy, so he doesn't really need the mech until he needs divine combats. So right now I think he's just opting to get lots of coins and get to tier 2 real quick. Did he take the pop?
Not that it matters, but he left his token there. His encounter token.
Monopolize. He has 9 tokens of the same resources.
Okay, no.
That is a lot of metal on that tile. That's an objective star for Tagawa. Looking good. He has, I think these are the same color, so I'm going to assume Tagawa has his worker star and his objective star. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm colorblind, so if I double check the colors, I struggle. I have to look real close. It's like, is this blue? This is blue? Oh yeah, this is purple. It helps that it's also labeled Tagawa. Crimea's doing a move build. Wait, no, bolster deploy. Bolster deploy. And he deploys right here. Yep, makes sense. He's going for scout. Yep, makes sense. You want to pick a fight, you got to lose your combat cards. And people are not swimming in combat cards here, so I think that's a pretty favorable fight. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to mess with Crimea with the most power, the scout mech, the most mobility on the board. This is a scary proposition. How do you keep him out of tier 2? You shove workers in his face and don't let him run around. That's the best I can offer. That mine, if you took the mine, you just send your workers out on the tunnels and then try to slow Crimea's progression. But yeah, this is looking like a slow-paced game. Tagawa's at 2 pops. I think it's from the enlist, yeah. So he's starting to make his climb back up, but it's a long way. He did get the enlist for build, so he will pick up maybe 3 popularity from blue if the game runs that long. Sorry, I didn't even look at Albion's turn. He produced a lot of metal, just like Tagawa, but fewer workers.
Everyone's got a lot of money.
Nordic.
It's a rich game.
Just upgrade. 5 upgrades done. Now he's starting to upgrade the mechs. Yeah, actually, I might have been wrong about spending popularity or something for that mech, because if he's doing trade upgrades to get the the deploy down to 1 trade, then yeah, he could still spend 1 action to get a mech and get out of there. The safer play is probably the right choice. I see a bolster deploy out of purple, swimming in a sea of metal, and soon to be swimming in the ocean with Scythe, hopefully. Scythe is one of those mechs that would be amazing if you ever got to use it, but you don't, because you don't have speed, so you can never catch anybody when they're on a lake. They just run away from you. But if you ever fight them, you have 2 combat cards. It's basically as good as people's. Oh my goodness, that's so much wood. I think I've seen Scythe used once in like 400 games. It's very disappointing, but it feels so good when you get to use it. It's very satisfying. So this is the last produce enlist out of yellow.
I'll make it a personal goal of mine in this tournament for you, Rail.
To Scythe someone, and yeah, because you'll probably win that fight. All right, got the enlist star. Swimming on 22 coins, 19 on Nordic, 16 Albion, 19. Yeah, it is a very even game, except for the popularity difference. Tagawa has to catch up. And also Crimea has that 9 coin disadvantage. And Tagawa has a 3 coin disadvantage. Oh man. Yeah, this is a great situation for Nordic and Albion. I think I slightly favor Nordic because we're going to see a whole bunch of stars get pumped out. There's the enlist, the upgrade, workers soon after, and he's probably still pumping buildings. And maybe a power star if those buildings keep coming. We're in round 13. Alright, second encounter using rally to get to the worker that was moved by the mech. Get 2 oil, 1 pop, 4 coins to deploy a mech. On militant, when you get 4 coins when you deploy, I feel like that's a bad choice. And the last one is pay popularity to gain 2 coins and any 2 resources. Do you badly need any resources? I don't feel like you do. You could use.
This is obvious option 1,
yeah.
you ask me.
It's not a very good encounter for him. But hey, popularity is popularity. We could see an Albion tier 3. It's very possible, actually. If you can get 1 more encounter or reach the factory and find like a popularity encounter, factory card, that would be great. He's got some free oil.
He's going to get 2 more from. He's going to get them from Crimea and Nordic. He's going to fly up there.
Oh yeah, Crimea is building as well. Yeah, he is the perfect. This is the perfect time to be neighbors. So, in a 4-player game, that's great. Yeah, Albion took option 1, so he's just getting 2 oil and 1 popularity, and he's at 9 popularity. Oh man, I want to see Albion win this. I feel like the recipe is ripe for this to be a massive territory game for Albion. He has enough power to protect himself. He's gonna get his last mech soon. He has the least coins on the table, but get rich or die trying. Cry trying. He's got his objective still. He has 20 coins. Like everyone's at almost 20 or more. This is a very wealthy game. And he deployed Burrow. Not the most useful mech at this moment, I would say. But I guess neither is Sword, unless somebody got in his way. But from where he's standing with all these mechs here, he can't use Burrow yet. And the next turn he could move deploy, so he would be able to get it from where he moves next round. Yeah. Like, I definitely favor Albion in this situation, but he's got to make the spread, get those flags down, cover them with workers, and protect them. Alright, we see the build out of Nordic. And where is Nordic's buildings? We have one adjacent to the tunnel. This one is not a great spot, but he's got to make do with where his workers are placed. He can't even get to the middle of the board anymore safely unless he moves this woodworker out. But then Crimea has a decent shot of just shoving the worker because he can build right after to make up for any popularity loss there. Bolster build. He gets this monument now. I don't know about that mill. He hasn't even produced yet. No, he did produce at one point, and he spent that wood now. Okay. Did he? Let me look at that. Nordic produced upgraded. Yes. Shouldn't there be like 3? No, it should be 2 wood. -1. Yep, that's right. Look at this popularity. Did Albion get his pop?
He did.
9 to 10. Did Tagawa get his pop? He's up to 3. Yeah. Yeah, Tagawa can hit tier 2 if both Crimea and Nordic are building this game. Interesting game. This game, indeed. I agree. I need to stay hydrated. It's too intense. Alright, it looks like Tagawa wants to finally spread out. He's got 1 more mech to go. He can do that bolster deploy anytime. He's got 1 more enlist to go. His workers are in a good spot. He doesn't have to really do anything. But where does he spread out to? Definitely get out of the tunnel. Oh? Oh? Is he getting in the business of building? I don't think so. But he is moving lots of workers. I think he's just spreading out, trying to protect his metal. Yes. He's afraid of getting attacked on the tunnel, so he shoves the worker in the way. And workers are great right now to hold territory because everyone is looking to stay in tier 2 or maybe tier 3. So a worker is really annoying because it'll bring your popularity down. And then he opted to protect this tile with his 2 mechs and then bring a bunch here, rather than moving a whole bunch of stuff here where he could get attacked and then just sending a worker there. But I think this is a move to claim territory using traps. So he has the territory on the oil protected metal, and then this wood is probably not useful to him, so he just wants to set the trap and then move on to the next spot. Either or. Maybe he's going for the factory. Don't know. This would be better to...
Sultan is probably pointing us to the factory, I would think.
That's a real possibility. And I think he wants to save that last trap for the factory. The oil is a dangerous spot if someone slides in, but now he has the trap on the wood. That helps protect it. And if not, it helps claim territory. It's not bad. Alright, Crimea. It's starting to feel a little uncomfortable. Or, oh, no. He wants to get more comfortable. And he is spreading all over the place. Almost like he has woodland advantage, because he's got 3 wood tiles.
It's almost as if.
And that is a lot of territory for yellow. He is building. And he claimed a really good spot for the build bonus, because you want to be adjacent to tunnels. And there he is, adjacent to 2 tunnels. That spot, this spot, and this spot. The ones next to the factory are all fantastic. Outside of the factory, you kind of have to be like in an awkward spot. Like Polania's village is a good one. Nordic's metal is a good one. Russia oil. But not every one of them has a perfect symmetry one. So if Crimea holds the center, he can move to here to build the next, move to there to build the next. And that's a 9 coin difference if he gets those. And he already has the bottom tunnel, so he only needs 1, 2, 3. He definitely wants this metal top, this metal spot or the oil spot in Rusviet to build next. And then if he can claim that last one by Saxony, then he's got a huge build bonus going for him. Well, on top of trading on top of like the popularity and the massive 25 coin stack. Maybe 9 coins is not that substantial, but yeah, Joy is right. That does negate his 9 coin bid fee. Albion, practicing good social distancing. Well, he doesn't really have a choice now. He wants to stay... Oh, did he just trade for popularity? What was that? Is it food, oil? Food and oil. Okay. So he wants to do another bolster upgrade. For what? Is it...
Maybe he wants his third move. Oh no, wait a second. Oh yeah, he doesn't have his third move yet.
Upgraded move. What did he upgrade? Oh, he never upgraded. Yeah, okay. And moving is really important for Albion. Getting that move upgrade lets you do all kinds of cool stuff with Rally. But he is kind of locked in too. This Crimean positioning is very annoying. Blue, move enlisting, getting the enlist star. See, now this is a problem. I can't really distinguish these colors, but I'm pretty sure this is blue and this is purple. That's why I tried it. Like, if I'm in a game, I will like line them. It's not just OCD. It's also so I can take a quick glance and see who's got stars.
You are correct that the star on the enlist is blue.
Move enlisting. Get the last enlist. Where did he move? He moved all the food workers and his one oil worker to get back to the village. He wants to upgrade his last star and worker star. So it'll be 2 stars next round. And then what? He still needs another 2 bolster builds. So first he'll probably bolster build maybe a mine on his village. Maybe. And then he'll produce upgrade, get those 2 stars, then bolster build again, unless he wants to move out first. And that's a lot. That's 4 stars. And he already has 1. It's pretty good. Really good shape to be in. Tagawa, bolster deploy, get that mech star. And he drops the mech on the protected metal spot. Not as good for spreading out. I don't quite like this, but if he's worried, maybe.
Get a Champa fan over here.
Go Champo. Bolster deploy on Crimea. That is the last Crimean mech. Looking very spicy. Because Crimea is probably looking to pick a fight. He has 8 popularity, a little bit to spare. And if he can get 2 combats, he ends this game. And it's a great time to end because he's got massive territory spread compared to everyone else. But who can he fight and who can he beat? Because everyone is sitting with at least 2 mechs, maybe 3 mechs on the same spot. Albion is rallying over to the flag. He wants to get those last 3 workers.
Oh.
Can't quite drag the flag. Oh, is he shoving the worker? Oh. He's looking at it, but he only has 1 movement left. So if he goes out there, almost guarantee yellow will step on his face. I think the better choice is move the worker and the mech. Then deploy your last mech on that space. And then you have a little defensive front on the metal tunnel. But he's greeding. He wants to get the flag down so he can get more territory. Downside of that is if he gives yellow combat star, this game is looking to end real soon. And I don't know if he wants it to end yet. A stinky snowman is Jeremy. I did not notice. Yellow is regretting his deploy. I think it was back home. Yeah. I think having a deploy in a forward position would be really aggressive, but I think he wanted to spread his workers around. Got plenty of wood left for him to do another move build. He still has 2 buildings left to go on yellow. Yeah, that's the alternate win condition. He takes 1 combat and builds twice. Albion can definitely hit tier 3, but he cannot spread out for territory. It feels bad. Where's it gonna go?
He can't really move anything here, or he will expose. So he's just got to sit there. Is what I'm assuming, or he's going to push it
I
off.
think the only other way is he moves the mech with the worker and then deploys on that worker, so he has 2 mechs on the metal tunnel instead of just the main character with the flag. But maybe.
And this is why Crimea is complaining about that mech, probably because he needs 2.
Yeah, or he could have.
Well, he can use the one on the forest over by Saxony. I guess.
But it would have been even better if Crimea had bolster deployed on the metal tunnel and not been in this position where Albion's able to spread out. But this is good for Crimea. I think this is great because this is almost a free. Ooh, client froze. Scary. Do you hear me, Knight?
I hear you fine.
Okay, it's just a little hiccup. So he does opt to push the worker. He loses that popularity. Oh, is he thinking he has a third move? Because he doesn't. Changes his mind if he can't move the rest. And also, Hierogrin, you are definitely worthy to play in this tournament. Do not worry about that. Just play, have a good time, learn. Or if you don't want to, you can watch. I feel like just setting up this bidding system and getting lots of games in, it's making everyone play even better. I think that's fantastic. And there's a lot to learn. Just watching how other people play, listening to people on stream talk about how other people play. It's good. I like it.
At the very least, you'll learn to appreciate just how much people want to witness spicy mind plays.
Spicy vibes, like I wanted. Yeah, if he had that mind, he would not be in this boat right now. He'd just spread out to any
If
time.
he had the mind,
he could spread out.
He wouldn't be in this situation right now.
He could be anywhere, and if there were mechs on those tunnels, those would be some amazing sword plays. But he opted for the safe combat card 1 popularity, and he's almost gonna hit tier 3 because of it. But he doesn't have stars. He has 6 territories. It's not bad, but it's not quite enough to beat Yellow's 4 stars and massive.
Did he take his popularity? Is his popularity right?
I think
at
it's
11?
right. He did not bring it down. He was still debating if he was going to shove that worker. He moves, deploys. Where does he want to deploy? Maybe the village, because there's going to be 6 workers there soon.
And this is if you're Crimea, you probably stick a worker right on that tunnel just to frustrate Albion.
Just a little more.
Even further.
Just a little more, yeah.
Because why not?
I mean, territory is territory. Like, you see how many... He has 3 tunnels. He has 3 wood... Like, we don't see his objective. Yeah, he could just take 1 combat and win if he has a decent... No, he already showed.
He did
have woodland. Okay. It's almost as if he had a woodland advantage. He did. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see him post it. All right, Nordic, where are you gonna go? I think my guess was he was gonna bolster build and then produce upgrade. And my guess is looking pretty good because he's got to get that power star. I thought, was it 11? Yeah, I thought it was 11. So he's going to 14. Gives that popularity. Spin that wood. Green city.
Albion inching closer.
12 pop. Yep, the village takes the mine. That's the best way to get your workers out. It does trap your main character on the home area, but honestly, if Nordic has 5 stars and spreads out, that's also great. Just gonna grab 3 coins on top. Let's look at the coin count. Albion's 24. This is looking like 28. Dang. Nordic 28 is insane. 23 Tagawa, 29 on Crimea Mechanical. We have so much money. All right, third build out of Nordic. A produce enlist out of purple. Still not in range of tier 2 because he's still producing and losing popularity each time. Oh, he is producing wood. Maybe he knows his path is also to build. Everyone wants to build. All right. Thank you, whoever cleaned that up. You got 4 stars Tagawa and 1 on Nordic. But Nordic is about to explode with 2 stars next turn, 2 stars next turn after that. And it's round 16. I think this game will run that long unless Crimea finds 2 combats. But because Albion did not opt to go out there by himself, I don't think Crimea has the combat cards to quite take people down yet. So he may just go for a bolster power star.
Or he may get a factory card that gives him power.
Oh yeah. Because he's got the build. So he only needs 1 more building. He only needs 1 more combat. I think move, build.
He can also get power from encounters. I mean, this farm down by Nordic is now available.
Oh, true. He does have Wayfair. If he's thinking about it. We don't know. Could see an amazing factory card. He's looking. He's thinking. If he's thinking, they're probably bad. Albion in tier 3, baby. Yes, he is. I don't know. I generally have coins for a building and a popularity.
Interesting.
How much wood does yellow have? Oh, he doesn't have enough wood to build next turn. So I think he factory moves and attacks someone. But who does he beat? Who is exposed enough to take 1 combat? I don't know if he can do that. Who can he hit? There's 3 mechs here. There's 2 here. There's the trap. I think it's Albion. Albion has the fewest combat cards. He might do a hit to soften Albion first, and then follow up with 2 mechs, and that'll definitely win. So a factory and then a move, maybe, in 2 rounds. So it'll be round 18. Could be. He has the popularity to spare to lose 1. No big deal. If he doesn't go for Albion, he can't reach Nordic. The only way into Nordic is through here. Actually, if he's really creative over the next 2 turns, he could hit Nordic. Because Nordic has nowhere.
That would be a spicy play.
I'd love to see that. So he factory moves this turn to get the mech 1, 2, 3. No. He has to use a mech on it. Oh, he can't reach it. No, he can. He uses the mech to go to Rusviet village, covers this space, and steps here. No. Still not enough. He needs 2 mechs. I think, as spicy as the Nordic play is, Nordic's well protected. No, he can't be reached. Alright, we see the produce upgrade. We get the 3 workers, and then the upgrade star. Very, very rare that you get to see an upgrade star in any game. And now we got Nordic with 3 stars. And next turn, following up with a bolster build. Not in an ideal spot, but he will have 2 more stars on top of his 30 coins.
Yeah, that's nice. That is very nice.
So Turnkoff believes Albion should spread and then feed Crimea the combat star. He'll take a 2nd place finish. And that would be interesting. Yeah. Would he get 2nd place though? I don't know. I feel like Nordic's star distribution is great now. Like they're tied on stars, but Nordic has more coin. It's close. Maybe. He might edge out past Nordic. if he could feed yellow a combat star. Yellow has to take that bait, and yellow probably would, just to win. But do you really play for second when you have a chance at winning? Yeah, if it goes another round, Nordic will have 5 stars, tier 2. He cannot end the game. So what will he do after that? Like, next round, Nordic is in a great spot. But then give it 3 more rounds after that, because you know Nordic is in a good spot. Nordic can't really spread that well with just workers. If you cover these spots with workers yourself, then Nordic's workers are stuck. He has to trade at least once for mech. Start losing some popularity. It's not bad, actually. Could be okay. Hell yeah, you play for second. He has 1 point. Yeah, Donna has the 1 point. So he is looking to pick up a bunch of points so he doesn't get eliminated here. But I think he's in great shape. If he takes third, he's in trouble. Yeah. Trade build out of Tagawa. Everyone is building. What does he build? A mine. Debating. Not sure. It's not a great place for a mine since you're literally next to the... but it gives you a little more reach. Okay, yeah, I like this choice more. Because this has the three mechs. He's so close. But Crimea might be using his factory card to build instead of his resources. That way he doesn't have to produce anymore. So you're not going to get the build star from him. Nordic is done building, so Tagawa, you're in trouble. I don't know if you're gonna get that popularity to tier 2. Nordic does not have Get Rich or Cry Trying because Albion already showed it. We don't know what Nordic's objective is.
Big turn from Crimea. You see his hand waving around on that farm down by Nordic, like he's even thinking of, how can I get in there?
He wants it, right? Like I definitely thought it through as much as I could because I would want to do that. It's cold. Fomov is a strong player, and setting him back would be a shame. But ignoring the players, ignoring the positions, just going for the spiciest play, that one would be devastating. Everyone's got a fat stack, Joey. Tagawa's got 25, Crimea has 31, Nordic has 30, and Albion at 27. Everyone is doing tons of bottom row actions and getting lots from the deploys of their neighbors. In fact, the people that are lower only have lower coins because Nordic is not deploying. But yes, it is cash money. Crimea. He's factoring. Oh, how much did he pay? I thought he was at 31. So down to 29 looks right.
But you have to shout.
It's my push to talk is caps lock, and so half the time I start typing in awkward caps. Oh, he's going for the factory play, but he can't get it. He has to sit there. Next turn he moves in. Oh, he built the mine there. Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's crazy. Yes, you can drop the mine with your factory card first, then you move to this 1, 2, 3, and next turn you move in to attack Nordic, who cannot run away. I love it.
Sure.
Oh, foam off. I'm so sorry. That is... Oh. I love it, but that is devastating. Foam off, he only has... Like, his only option is bolster build anyway. He needs to get those 2 stars, but... He's gonna have so little territory. I think he's gonna, yeah, he may get knocked to third, depending on if Togawa is able to trade for 1 popularity. I think that's Togawa's best move next round. Is trade for 1 popularity or move and claim 3 territories. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Oh, this is heating up. Yeah, Durf is insane. I love the creative plays he comes up. I had given up hope on the factory moving. And he found a way to make it work. When he was looking through those factory cards, he may have thought that one through, that he can still reach. Alright, Albion feels secure. He knows he's not the easiest target on the board. Still needs to protect himself. But now he's claiming a new flag. It's 2 more territories. And that's still better than nothing. Yellow, unfortunately, could not cover this spot because he's going for this easy combat setup. But Yellow's still in great shape because he can move next turn to spread out. What can he spread? I think he intended to spread onto this tunnel, but now that Albion's there, it's a little annoying. So maybe he moves this worker to this metal, and then he just moves the mech in to fight. Not ideal. 2 more territories. But in this position, he's in a clear lead. Tier 2, factory, tons of popularity, tons of territory. All the stars. This is looking like a one and done. Oh, and that building on the mine. It clears that last category, so he has... he is missing this one, so he's only going to get 6 coins for his build bonus. Almost amazing.
Albion is undecided.
How do you get popped to 13? It's not really intentional on Albion's part. He did take 2 encounters, and I believe he took the option 1 for both, so it's +2 there. But he got an early enlist and build, or just in time, for 3 buildings from blue, soon to be 4, and at least 2 or 3 from yellow. And that shoved him up there. There's 2 from the enlist benefit. Albion opting to produce for his workers to get a star instead of claiming 2 more territories with a flag. That might be the right choice. A star is worth 5. Territory is worth 8. I'm not so sure, actually. I think I would have gone for that. But maybe he's hoping the game doesn't end next turn. That's a very optimistic hope. And also, it lets Crimea spread better. Because Crimea can go 1-2 to claim 2 more territories, and then attack. So they'll gain 3. I think Albion should have moved there and set the flag. 8 coins instead of 5. Yeah, instead of 5. Oh, but he gets resources. What did he get? Food? 1 food. Did I give him an even number? Oh, yeah, maybe he got 2 coins. All right. So 7 to 8. Still not as good, but if the game doesn't end, he is in a better position to move out. I agree. I think the tunnel is worth more. Nordic, looking very sad. Oh, what's going on? Is Nordic attacking yellow? He's shuffling his card.
He's preparing to get scouted.
Or the spicy play is he attacks yellow and shoves him back and wins. And if yellow is not there, then how does yellow reach? Yellow cannot reach him. Oh snap! I hope you have several 5s in your hand, Fomoff. I want this game to be spicy. Get in there and punch him out. Reclaim your homeland. Move your workers out onto the tunnels. Let's see it. Let's see it, Fomoff. That is the right play. I agree. He moves to get an attack now, and then he bolster. He won't be able to bolster next round because he'll spin the power in this fight. But it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. He's doing it. He's going in. We're seeing some ham. He moves the worker to spread. That's a good choice. He's not afraid of anyone coming from the water. And he can move 1 more worker Send it onto the oil tunnel? Oh no. I don't agree. Well, if he thinks the game will run a little longer, but I think he wants to end it soon. I would rather go to northern oil tunnel. Oh, yellow only steals a 2. We're not supposed to see that, but yeah, it's okay. This is worth it. If he stalls this game a little longer, that's great. Albion gets a little more. Nordic has a little longer. I like it. That's a good play. We're seeing some very top-notch decision making here. Oh. Combat card is being set. He does have to sacrifice the power star. It is a shame, but a star that stalls this game is worthwhile. He has the 5. 7, 5, it's 12 power. Yellow spends 5 and 4, 9 power. He goes to 7, saves enough to win another fight. But, wow. Great play by Fomov. He's going down 1 popularity. Down to 8, that's correct. He gets himself that combat star. And he lives to see another day. Derp was looking, eyeballing it, seeing the juicy combat. And he is shoved back home. Where does Derp go now? Who does he get to attack? He's not in range. I don't see anyone he can reach with 2 mechs at once. He could send 1 here. He could send 1 to Tagawa or Albion. But he cannot get 2 in position. He is agonizing a little bit. He has the lead, but he cannot close the game. He just needs that 1 combat. And this is the point where Albion starts to think, like, did I slide on over and just give an easy combat to yellow? Because Albion got an extra star from that worker, and he's going to move out next turn for sure. A bolster deploy out of Patriotic Tagawa. He doesn't have any more mechs to get, but 4 coins is not bad, and a power star is great. Did Tagawa move last turn? Tagawa traded and built, but does Tagawa move into yellow and attack him? The downside of that is, let's say Tagawa attacks, then he can only send 1 mech with the Toka. So he might get a Ronin bonus. Yeah, he would actually get the power star by doing that. Oh, no, he wouldn't. He just got to 14 now, so he doesn't have a power star yet. But he could move in with 1 unit and then win the fight probably. But then yellow would just come back and beat him because there's only 1 unit. Unless you brought 4 workers? 4 workers. If you brought 4 workers, that might be worth it. That would be a good play too. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. But I think bolstering, deploying first, is a good choice. Because I don't think yellow's paying attention to that. So next round, if you Ronin, you don't get the power star. Agonizing. Crimea moves. Where does he go? He spread? He needs to reposition himself so he can get to a place to fight. His main character went for the encounter. He took what option?
Option 1. Took the oil.
Oil. And then he moved a worker onto the space using the mech and takes the metal tile as well. That's 2 movements, and he doesn't have the upgrade. He's repositioning. I don't think yellow's ending this game. He's got to wait. And that's brutal. He's got the build star. He just needs to win 1 fight, but where does he find it? Albion's spreading out. He's getting on that northern tunnel. He's dropping the flag on top of it. Ooh. This is the fight. This is the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's exposed. This is that critical moment where Donov gained a territory but lost another one. Well, gained 2 territories but lost 2. Yeah, this is probably it. Tagawa can end the game with a power star and a combat star. Yes, but that is a bad idea. He needs to hit tier 2. I think he's better off trading. But I don't know for sure. Spicy. Nobody can stop Crimea from hitting this spot. What territory does Crimea give up to do it? 1, 2, 3. I think it's this metal. It could be this wood. It's fine. Oh, any of the mechs can do it, but not this one.
What if Tagawa just jumped on that metal tunnel
The
to
metal
block
tunnel.
Crimea from...
Tagawa.
Yeah, he's got a mine.
Ooh. He does have the mine. So what if Tagawa pushes Yellow's worker here, loses popularity, but defends Albion?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably not going to do that, but it is.
That is a cool option that I don't think helps him win the game.
But it is a
If some
100% anti-derp
it is,
play.
it
That
is yeah.
is definitely
It stalls
spicy.
the game. That mine, I didn't even notice it, but you're right. He could slide in there. Oh, did he move the mine here? Oh, I thought it was over here. I think he wanted to opt for the build bonus. So, yeah, if he goes down another popularity, there's no way he's going to get a tier 2.
This is where that early enlist that he took
On that power,
like, power
yes.
instead of...
That, I agree.
That's like 2 or 3 popularity there. That
He missed 2
really
right away,
needs, right?
so... And maybe more than that. Could have been 3 total. And he would be in a lot better position right now to actually... Yeah, and this would be anyone's game at that point. Oh, man. I'm feeling stressed. I'm not even in this game.
This is a great
It is
game.
awesome. I'm loving it. It's round 19. It is as exciting as I was expecting. We have a lot of really strong players in this match, I think. He's going for the bolster build. Is he bolstering? I think he should. There's no reason not to. Get that popularity. Well, trade a coin for 1 popularity, that might not matter. Oh my goodness, his stack is so big, it's tipping over. 33, 34. Oh, maybe he's skipping the bolster. He doesn't need that popularity, so he's not going to bother. Could be. He doesn't need the power either. He's got 7. Let's see what he clicks on his checkbox. What's the move for Albion now? Trade for popularity to move forward? Maybe. Yeah, he would not produce. I think he still wanted to do a bolster upgrade. Then he could move more. Yeah, Nordic skips the bolster. That's a good choice. Save that coin. Try to...
He gives Tagawa that popularity.
Oh, he did. That's right. Because Tagawa
So
made
now-
that play to trade to get his pop. Oh man, this is...
Is ending here objectively the best option? If he's got a 5, he can...
You move in and attack Crimea. And you spread.
Yeah.
This is... Yeah, I think that is absolutely it.
Yep.
Wow. This is
Ugh.
an interesting game. I have no idea who's going to win this. And then spread onto the village or the lake. I think the lake.
Oh, that mine, the floating mine in there. It's
Right. But there's nowhere he wants to go. He has to stay. Yeah. I don't think he wants to go on any of the tunnel spaces because those workers. Yeah, everyone wants to stay in their tier of popularity. Well, keeping them. Oh, yeah, he can't drop the mine in the lake. Definitely true. This is a 2-star.
Does he have 3 moves?
Because Ronin will get him the power star and then a combat star. Yeah, this is and he does have an upgraded move. Yeah, he does. This is a big point swing for sure. That tier 2, he is thanking foam off.
Now, what if he gets his 5 pulled by Scout? What a tragedy that would be.
He's hoping that Crimea doesn't have good combat cards. Oh no! I hope you have another one in there. Does he? He does. Oh, he's got it anyway. Oh. Oh, plot armor. I think that is game. I'm gonna hop over to their channel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's such an exciting game. What the heck? That looks like 6 stars to me.
Yep.
Sneaking into tier 2, thanking Fomoff with all of your stars. Everyone in chat is screaming hot shit Tagawa. Damn, stole the 5. And he has another one? It's intense. Everyone is screaming.
Wow.
This is
a million.
yeah.
But I don't win. I know that much. But I have to end because I would think there's.
Yeah,
So
you got it.
who has the end game? Where is that? It's
where
probably
is it?
underneath your Riverwalk.
Oh, it's on me. I never pressed it.
There you go.
Tagawa ends in the game.
Yeah,
I was leaving this back here to bait.
it was a good bait. Yeah, because I know that I felt like if he stayed in tier 1, it would not be worth it for Tagawa to end it.
Oh no, I know I had to get to tier 2, but that's why I was trying to delay.
People are
a bit
betting in the
and
chat who's
hoping
gonna
that-
win this because they don't we don't have any idea.
It's definitely not derp. I would think
Have a lot of territory.
it's like too much territory. Like plus factory, it's way
That
too
sneaky mine play from the oil by the factory into Nordic's base. I was looking at that. I was like, how do you get into the base? But there's a worker, so it kind of stops you. And I was thinking, do you go to Rustfiat's Wayfair and then work your way over? Oh, it's too far. But I didn't think you could drop the mine on your mech and then move from there. Oh my gosh, there's so many good plays. So then when Fomoff attacked you first and shoved you out of there, he's like, oh, you can't reach him anymore. He's safe. He stalled the game. Oh my god.
Right.
So much. Tagawa 80.
This is
Albion
gonna be
85.
high
Crimea
scoring.
97. Nordic 73.
Oh, no.
No. How is this scoring adding up? Tagawa goes down to 77 and Crimea down to 89.
Oh shit! I forgot about the bid. Oh my god.
Well, you're
That's
still
actually
fine.
89
Derp.
was close because Albion had 85. The tier 3 was no joke. And
Boy.
oh my goodness.
What?
What a hell of a game.
What a monster.
Good game, guys.
That was
That was tense.
a monster game.
I would have wanted to delay it more to get more territory in Steel Factory maybe.
Man, I needed that game to end. It was
I knew
it was going downhill for me.
You claimed 2 more territories. That was a +8 bonus for you. You got the star for the worker.
Yeah, that was big.
Like your last 2 turns were awesome for Albion. And then I was worried. Like, what are you gonna do after this? Do you have to trade for popularity to push a worker and move into a new spot, or bolster, upgrade to move more? But you still can't move anywhere. So it's just like at this point, this is the right time for the game to end for Albion.
Hey guys,
Exactly.
building bonus for the win.
Classic dirt.
Classic.
Gotta get the building
6 bonus. I noticed you missed the Tagawa one, but
I
it
know,
was
I couldn't
heartbreaking.
max it.
But you still squeezed the win. Man, that is not correct. Modular stats minus 3 equals 77 minus 9 to get to
Yeah, I figured. I was surprised you took engineering, Nordic, just because Albion's in the game. I feel like normally it's a strong combo, but with Albion it just makes it annoying, you know.
Congrats, Dirt. Good win.
GG.
Hell of a game.
Did you already
Yeah, good
post
game.
it in the...
I have just
Chat?
posted it. Yep.
Alright, cool.
Sean, Malcolm, yeah, you can join. The game is over, so you're welcome to hop in if you want to take a look at the board. Sure. I posted the details in chat already, so you should be able to join.
Definitely highest cumulative scoring game.
Oh
I've ever
yes.
been
I was looking
in.
at the coins. Everyone's 25 plus.
Well, yeah, the only reason I could do that is because both Albion and Tagawa were in the game. Like, nobody was, able to attack me in the middle of the board, so I was kind of just able to leave my stuff all willy-nilly.
Yeah, we were so slow, and he was mechless. Foma went mechless.
This was the hottest game yet, by far.
In hindsight, I'm happy I did not take upgrade for my enlist.
Upgrade for your enlist?
My initial enlist.
You went for the mech one.
Mech.
Yeah.
I went deploy because I was greedy
Yeah,
for coin.
I saw that. And then you went for the enlist, the upgrade after.
Upgrade after,
But not the build one.
but-
So you missed out on like 2 or 3 popularity, and we were just agonizing
Yeah.
over. It was like, Brady, you missed 2. You missed 2. You're so close to tier 2, but how do you get there? And then Fomoff saved the day for you. Wow. Tense game.
So what are the final scores with the
Final
bids?
score: Derp wins at 89, Dono at 85, then Champo at 77, and then Fomoff at 73.
Ow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I out?
Incredibly close
Shit.
game. I don't know. We're only dropping, 7 players? So, as long as you don't take last twice,
hopefully
you're
I
in
have a
good shape.
chance.
But after those, then it goes to who has a 4th and a 3rd place finish. And then
Why the fuck am I in this pool? Fuck you all.
Derp should have 88. Why is it 88? Let me count.
Math.
97. Oh,
Yeah,
because I'm bad
our
at
group-
math.
The 4 of us in this game, man, it was some good little match.
I love that Tagawa ended it, too. That was like...
Yeah, I don't know how you did that, Champo. That's crazy, man.
With the Ronin. I was
Ronin.
not even paying attention.
We were
to
watching
that.
it and we were just like, oh my, like he bolstered last round, and I think the right play is like he goes in there, but how does he get to tier 2? The piece
Oh yeah, I was banking on
locked into
FOMO.
place.
But I was like, fuck my life. Why did Derp get that fat?
The factory card. Oh yeah, it denied you
Yeah,
the
for the
popularity.
last build.
Yeah. I was like, I can get to tier 2 1 turn earlier and move
Yeah.
out 1 turn earlier. But then I got really sad.
Exciting game. All right, I'll cut the stream here. Everyone is.
I need a shower, sweating.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.
Thanks for playing.
Good stuff.
Good
boy.
shit.